an actual observation of mine. I saw a guy, I was meeting a guy, and as I was approaching his car, I saw him talking to the car. I could somewhat hear that he was talking to his car, and he opened the door. He came out. I could hear the AI voice continuing, and it was saying something regarding not the right calories, add or remove, something related to nutrition or something. And I greeted him, he greeted me, and we were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I asked him what was that. He was like, his wife was in the car, and he said he was using AI to make a point to his wife that regarding nutrition. And this was so crazy. Like I was just imagining how did what were the repercussions or the consequences of using AI to make a point to his wife? Like, is this a new way now where we could use AI and then we could blame AI, you know, and have no consequences on ourselves? And I don't know what happened, but I would be curious to know. But just out of respect, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't ask that guy. And that's an element as well. Like certain things are, you know, not to be asked, and it's pretty apparent. And people, people, they're starting to label. They're starting to label other people, just judging them from a small thing, a small act, a small this, a small that. Very short, very short view, a very narrow view of someone from which you judge, either condemn them or appraise them. It's the reality that we live in. It's like you label someone, you call them a freak, you call them, pervert or something, or you call that guy, you know, the king, or the most humble guy, the most righteous guy, and so on and so forth. You get the what I'm trying to say here. And it's like there's no, it's like extremes, both of these are extremes, either good or bad. And it's like you chuck them in there or there, and that's it, you move on and on to the next guy. And it's the fundamental thing here is we're forgetting to have a conversation, to speak, to have an argument or a discussion of what's happening. We're forgetting the very being we are, the very human thing we are. It's like, okay, why does that person think that? Let's ask him. Let's not point a fucking finger at his face, or spit at him and make some fucking cunt noises and shit at him, call him weird things, and then expect him to just calmly answer. No, most people wouldn't do that. Some people who are smart will do that. But it's like, it's not a coincidence that we are like this, Sometimes, even me, when I see some crazy, weird shit, it it's apparent. Like, I'm a human too. I get triggered as well. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy saying? But I don't go and comment on him and stuff. Very rarely I do that. And it's like, it's not a coincidence now that this short form content is something that's peaking and people are taking sides, putting people in categories and calling them extremist and stuff like that. There's no middle ground where there's actual discussions. It's just humans. Just some people will agree, some people will disagree. Sometimes you'll agree, sometimes I won't agree, and that's normal. It's okay. We have our own views and morals and groundings and whatever you want to call it. Flags and fucking shirts and caps and everything. It's fine. It's okay. For it's That's what I was saying. Like there's no, it's not a coincidence that we are being nudged. That's what I'm trying to say. We're getting pushed to be. something and they're using our emotions, our attention, our time to pretty much pit us against each other, even though it's a universal fact that you're gonna just not agree to everything a person says. It's it's perhaps something being used against us, and it's weird. That's all I'm saying. It's weird. You put a certain person, you shape him. Let's take an individual here who's who's collateral damage in a way, where he's seeing all this stuff. Now he's getting, angry and he's like, I want to do something, I need to do something. And what he does is he starts making videos, he starts doing all of this stuff against the opposition to prove his point. He's being vocal about it, he's posting about it. In the end, I feel like the person who loses the most is the person who's being the loudest. He's losing people around him, he's losing himself, he's forgetting that this is not him, perhaps. He's just getting pushed into doing this subconsciously or consciously. That's not all his life, you know what I mean? Um, and yeah, in the end, this guy has done so much just to be loud and being heard. He's changed himself. He looks like a mango now. He looks like something that he never even resembled to begin with. He looks unhuman and he's lost his humanness, perhaps even sold his soul just to be heard. And then what? What happens then? In the end, he's left with not even himself. He's left with some plastic in his face, filters and I don't know what they're putting in you now. Whale bones and fucking owl noses and shit. And that's what you end up being, perhaps even a clown. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. There could be some things he did achieve there. And perhaps you could let me know what he did achieve there. The owl looking human, mango shaped with whale bones. Yeah. Give it a like and a subscribe and let me know, if you want to hear more of these videos. Or maybe some of the topics maybe you want me to talk about. I would be more than happy to talk about those too. And yeah, that's it.